If you're watching this video, you're probably interested to hear our full review of The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in fantastic Las Vegas. So let's go ahead. We're going to check it out and kick it off right about now. Now, first and foremost, The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere is a 2025 immersive adaptation of the classical MGM musical. It's specifically produced for Las Vegas MGM's Sphere venue, featuring a runtime of 75 minutes. Now, that's been cut down from the original, which is about 100 minutes. And a lot of people are going to question whether or not that reduction in time is a good or a bad thing. We're going to tell you what's changed, what to expect, and we're not going to give you too many spoilers, so you'll still have a great time at the experience itself. Rather than a standard screening, this is a multi-sensory experience, high resolution across the Sphere's 160,000 square foot 16K wraparound LED screen. It's paired with environmental effects like wind, fog, sense, haptic seating, and the surrounding 167,000 speakers to give you a full experience. This also utilizes AI and VFX technology to make sure that it goes beyond the film's original 4:3 ratio. Thanks to AI, it recreates new visuals, digitally reconstructs characters, adds some scenes we've never seen before, and it preserves Judy Garland's iconic voice, but there's an entire orchestra redoing all of the music in a manner that sounds fantastic in a full surround sound experience, so you're going to hear The Wizard of Oz like you've never heard it before. The sensory highlights include a tornado scene that now envelops the audience with fog, swirling leaves, foam, and even apples drop from above. There's going to be pyrotechnics and fire from the wizard's throne, and a life-size flying monkey, actually quite a few flying monkeys, are going to be soaring around during the appropriate scenes. There are cast members who dress up like the lion, the scarecrow, and the Tin Man, and it blends in drones to really give you a 4D visual effect unlike anything you've seen before. Now, if you've been to the Sphere before, you'll know that they decorate the atrium in certain ways to make it seem a part of the theme, a part of the show, and this is no exception. The atrium pre and post show, it's a sepia-toned Kansas setup, like that black and white when she first starts in the movie. It is complete with ruby slippers from Debbie Reynolds' collection. After the show, the atrium transforms into a colorful, vibrant emerald city, and you can even interact with the wizard himself. So you're going to want to spend a little extra time before and after the show to make sure you celebrate the sepia Kansas, kind of black and white looking. And afterwards, you'll be enriched with full color of the Emerald City. And did you know that the ruby slippers were originally silver slippers? That's right. In the book adaptation over 100 years ago, there were silver slippers, but because Technicolor, they wanted to use the full vibrance and colors that they could, they decided to make ruby slippers for the movie. And folks, make sure to click that subscribe button. We're a brand new channel. We're reinventing ourselves, so those subscriptions help, those comments help, and those likes help get us seen by more people, and they're greatly appreciated. I try to reply to every single comment at this point. And make sure to check out, we've got a previous video that did very well about The Wizard of Oz, so make sure to check that one out as well. So who made this? Of course, it was Jane Rosenthal's alongside award-winning VFX supervisor Ben Grossman in collaboration with Google, who use their AI and their Gemini program to expand out all the canvases, and over 90% of the scenes are brand new and recreated for this movie. And of course, Warner Brothers was associated with this because they own it. The budget is somewhere between $80 and $100 million, and yeah, it's drawn a lot of praise and reviews from spectators world round. Celebrity and family endorsement, Judy Garland's granddaughter spoke positively of the production, saying it was credible and heartfelt. Meanwhile, the Sphere's owner, James Dolan, even makes a cameo in the show. His face is one of the Munchkins. So, folks, there are also standard and VIP packages. The Venetian Resort has a themed package that allows you to get tickets broken down to standard and VIP, lounge access, food, beverages, and collector's posters that you can get all included. And the demand, over 200,000 tickets were sold by mid-August, and the venue reports the show is already popular, highly popular, and booked out to 2027. Now, you can still get tickets, but many performances are starting to sell out, so make sure to act quickly. Now, folks, let me read to you my review. We're going to cover the visuals, the sound effects, the story and emotion, the length and the pacing, and the overall experience. Now, first and foremost, the Sphere made an eye-popping performance. The show really delivers with tornadoes that feel like you're being swept away, glowing poppy fields, and even flying monkeys overhead. Every scene is overwhelming in the best way. That 16K world makes an immersive experience like you've never experienced before. 5 out of 5, absolutely incredible for the visuals. When it comes to the sound effects, the audio is crystal clear. The booming surround sound makes you feel like you're in the middle of the story. It's paired with wind, fog, vibrating seats, show transformations, and it's like an amusement ride. It truly feels like you're on a Disney immersive like roller coaster type of experience. So the sounds and effects are incredible. The fact that they brought an entire orchestra and rescored the entire film and spared no expense on the overall quality and the 160,000 speakers, again, 5 out of 5. Now the story and emotion. This one's going to come in at 3 out of 5. And why is that? Now, the spectacle is unmatched. The emotional aspect of the film doesn't quite translate. I think because you're so wrapped up in everything that's going on, wind and fire and smoke and green and ruby slippers, they've shortened this down to where you can't digest it, you can't breathe as much. So the story loses a little bit in being shortened to 75 minutes, but it keeps the pacing going, so it's more fun. The characters sometimes feel overshadowed by the high-tech presentation and everything going on around you. You are being bounced around. There's a lot going on. So we're going to give the story and emotion 3 out of 5 because it doesn't quite meet the original movie when it comes to that. Now the length and pacing. At about 75 minutes, this moves quickly and doesn't drag. However, some moments do seem rushed and compared to the slower 1939 screen adaptation. So when it comes to length and pacing, we're going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. So visuals, 5 out of 5. Sound effects, 5 out of 5. Story and emotion, 3 out of 5. Length and pacing, 4 out of 5. The overall experience, 4.5 out of 5. This is definitely worth going to. It's a must-see experience. It's immersive, and it is truly entertainment in its modern form. This may be what ends cinema the way we've watched it before. We're going to want to see every movie like this. Now, this does seem more like a thrill ride than a nostalgic, heartfelt trip down memory lane and the yellow brick road, but it's absolutely incredible. This is a beautiful experience, and they've kind of been very creative with the ways that they can stimulate you, the way they can make what you wouldn't think is that immersive of a movie, and suddenly you are in a tornado. Suddenly you are in the poppy fields. Suddenly you're on the yellow brick road. The zoom ins, the way that it makes you feel, the way your chairs are moving, and the sounds are fantastic. And Judy Garland's voice holds up 100 years later almost. She still sounds amazing playing that 16-year-old that she played. This is a really cool film. With that, we're going to answer a few of your questions. And remember to click that subscribe button. Leave us a comment to ask us questions. And click that like button to help get us seen by more people. We're brand new to YouTube, so we do appreciate your feedback, your comments, and those likes go a long way, so they really mean a lot to me. All right, so one of the questions is Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Yellow Brick Road, are they both included in the movie? Absolutely, they're in there. How is Dorothy the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion presented with the new AI technology. Well, you know what? For the most part, they use their real likeness and their real scenes, their bodies in the movie. So you're not going to notice any changes. There's not going to be anything physically off. Do the AI enhanced performance capture the spirit of the original actors? Absolutely. They've enhanced their faces and stuff for some cases they're going to be on 16K up close and personal, so you're going to see every little freckle on Dorothy, and that's all been enhanced digitally. But it's going to be in a way that makes it look better than the original, so that's very cool. Is the music remastered or modernized? I would go more with remastered. You know, they've got a beautiful orchestra really making this pop. In regards to audience appeal, one of the questions was, is it family friendly? Yeah, it's still family friendly. You bring the kids there, although little ones may not like the witch and the monkeys. There's some scary scenes. I wouldn't bring a little one. Um, do kids respond to the spectacle? Folks, I would like your comments here if you've seen this or if you've even seen the original Wizard of Oz. Are those witch scenes and the monkey scenes, are they too intense for kids? I would say your little ones, maybe leave them at home. They're not best to be at the Sphere. They're crying. They're disrupting the audience. You may not want that. Um, some people ask, does this honor the 1939 classic, or does the technology overshadow it? I think it brings it back into the zeitgeist. People are talking about this, people are searching for it, people are going to want to watch the original. And there's a lot of people asking, is this the future of cinema or is this the death of cinema? And I got to say, there's a little bit of both built in there. There's going to be people that really are excited that cinema is taking a whole new step. You know, everything that we've done with meta goggles and everything is right here. And now there's even people talking that you could build rooms in your house that are going to allow you to watch that full surround cinema. Could be pretty cool for sure. And yeah, when it comes down to it, this is definitely a must see. They can fit 20,000 people here with standing room only to allow you to feel and experience this. And it's definitely something that you're going to want to experience. Tickets range from $100 to $300 plus. But at that $100 point, this is absolutely worth it. And there's not a bad seat in the house. So don't worry about picking out a wrong seat. My trips to the Sphere, I like to be towards the front so I don't see people in front of me. But pick out whatever looks good for you because the sound is going to be good and the image is going to be good practically from anywhere. All right, folks, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Adam. We're talking about travel adventures, and this Las Vegas video is one of my favorites. I'm very excited that you joined us. Leave us some comments, click that subscribe button, and the notification bell for all the notifications. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.